Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. David Benjamin Halbert, DB Halbert, author of the Black series, Black the Name, Black the Burden, both available on Amazon, both in paperback and digital download options. Here to continue my stream from earlier today that I was pulled away from. Today we are working in Krita to draw the characters of the story that I will be orating on my streams going forward. And we are working on our goblin character, a little 5-year-old goblin. 5-year-old is fully adult for goblin physiology, so it is an adult goblin, but little 5-year-old goblin alchemist. And you can see the pose already, creating havoc by slingshotting a bomb of some sort in a direction. In what direction do we ever really know? Everything was and was not intentional at the same time. I am using Krita as my program of choice for my artwork, which is a free to use, but they accept donations program. And I am using a Intuos Wacom tablet. I don't remember the exact model itself. It's very cheap. Like the cheapest one I could get. I got it several years ago. And please, I am a little bit out of practice with my artwork, so please go easy on me. Let's continue. So before I cut off my stream earlier, I pretty much finished the head. I like this head. It does fit my art style a bit. I kind of wish the top of the head was a little bit rounder to a point and then came down, but I wasn't going to get that with my hands. I wasn't going to get that. Go ahead and yeet out of Blizzard. I'm not looking for those notifications right now. So I wasn't going to get those proportions with the that line with my out of practice handwork. Now we're going to move on to the torso, and we have these defined lines here for us of we have a vest, a leather vest right here, and then we have the outer edge of the shirt goes right there. And the shirt is what will define this line down to the arm that it holds so tightly to, and then around the arm where it's curving back with the motion that he's performing. And then from there it actually is going to go up the arm a little bit as it goes behind the arm. And then just thinking of the motion, the curve is back and upward. So from there it goes like that. So from there we have a line. This comes down the arm to a point that's too thick. There, and then from there we just do a swoop. And there we go. And actually I want this to come down a bit more. No. I want it to come down less. So let's do it this way. I want the swoop to look more natural. And then this I'll bring down to where I want it in relation. There we go. Now we have to deal down here. We have the rest of the bicep continues down this way. The elbow again is down here. And actually, let's do it like this, because we elbow right here. We have this piece of equipment. We have to be conscious of. And oh, and the music in the background, especially with this scare going on with the DMCA claims on Twitch, and me wanting my voice to be able, like the sound to remain, I am using no copyright music YouTube channel that creates music for creators to use. I am using that as this background music for tonight and for most of my streams. So we have, this is going to be a big old splotch right there. Sometimes my computer just doesn't have enough RAM. It's one of the things I want to upgrade about my PC. And actually, I want a little bit of the shirt coming up from underneath. And I'll clean up this edge right here. There we go. Back to drawing. So we have chest cavity right here. That's going to be front and prominent. And then from there we have behind it this sleeve and bicep. Which the bend in is right here. So let's put that bend right there. Let's bring the chest cavity down. Here is the brace. Of the studded leather armoring elbow pad. Too thick. That works. And then from there, we also want a little bit of representation of the bicep there. This is now in front of the torso. Bring this down here, like so. That nub at the base of your wrist, right there. And from here, we want that to go there. We have there. That's going to look a little bit more natural. And then we want this fist. Oh, that's too sharp. Nope. Nope. Whoa. Sorry about the badoops. My brother's texting me. He doesn't know I'm streaming. And this is going to go. Definitely want this to still continue this pattern. But then there's definitely this notion going on. And back behind whatever paddle this is, which is going right there. Thumb right there. There we go. Let's just thicken these lines up a little bit now that we know where they go. And clean them up a little bit to make it look more like a hand and less like a club. And it actually needs to go like that. And I can do this notion right here. It saves me some trouble. And this can arc up. There. Voila. One second. Alright, I'm back. He is really interested in what dinner was. He really wanted to know if we had any broccoli. So I'm a good brother. I went and checked for him. So whatever this contraption is, got that right there. This arm looks odd going to a position right like this. So let's fix that real quick. Clean this area out. Actually, let's do it this way. Once we clear that area out, we can just... Dang it. Bam, straight line it. Got arm there. Amber alert. That's going to be the best we can do. Alright, and we want our belt in here, or waistline at least. We're going to want a little bit of that shirt coming out from underneath, being unkept, uncouth, uncivilized. And then we want to design our contraption. This is going to remain a little bit sketchy. But as long as I stay small enough lines, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like so. Right, and now we have two lines we can do coming out from here. So it's something with mass, girth, and thickness. This top line meets up there. This bottom line is going to continue and meet there, while a tertiary line appears. So actually this should continue like so. Gives it that strong illusion of a form there. So we need to clean this up like so. Just go back and solidify these lines a little bit more. Come on. Now, again, need to thicken up some of these lines. Just so they're lines and not dashes. And then that is on the base, or the edge of a cup of sorts. the bowl, if you like, and that is currently holding no, that's a bad angle. No, too shallow. This needs to be the precipice. Freehand spheres all the time. Come on. And in coloring, we will light this. But that should impiction it pretty well. I say so. Okay. So here's why I'm drawing this bit first on the thigh, because it will hold the pants down. Section needs to go down here to make it look good. So that means the pants, even though I drew them like this before drawing the armor, would actually be packed into here until getting to this point, at which point it becomes just like this thread of pants trying to do something. Oh. Dang it. Yeah. No, can't go up to, have to come down to. Actually, yeah, let's just do it that way and then whoop, trim it off. Okay, and now we go on to the other side. Hello, hello, new viewers. I'm drawing characters for a Pathfinder game that I won't actually be playing in or running, but merely broadcasting the game as an oration or a story over Steam, not Steam, over a stream. Just utilizing, and because sometimes you just need to play with yourself to make a joke of it. So drawing the pants first. The base of this weapon is coming out here. And I am not a professional artist. I did take art classes in high school. I've done art before. I have done a singular commission before. I have a distinct art style that is my own, but it's very anime-esque. Where is my mouse? There. Sometimes I get so zoomed out, it's hard to find how I get back in. God, I love that musculature. Alright, let's come in and clean this mess up. There we go. Now for this, foot's definitely actually doing more of a stanky leg type of thing. So let's work on the heel. Heel is up here. Hey, thanks for the follow, viewer on Mixer, Jet Basilisk 9239. And then it's down here. Gonna put ground at about that was bad line work. Put ground at about right here-ish. So foot comes to there, boot follows, foot then takes shape. And ground level is about here-ish. So this foot is a bit squished. That's because it's twisting. It's coming like so. Okay, let's do a little bit of line cleanup. Sometimes I get a little bit too sketchy. There we go. Let's make sure these lines are closed for when we go for painting. And get rid of this falsified horizon. Alright, and there. What else? What else? What else? Just a little bit of a... Whoop. That's too close to the seam. So if this is the line, just a little bit of a whoop of extra fabric back there. Okay, now if we go ahead and do this, when my computer catches up to me, this is our baseline. Our baseline work. Now we can go on to painting. Oh wait, actually I want to apply here. Just some lines. Nice and thin, not strong, but just to then have studs attached to. And these studs will actually help give a little bit more shape to this chest cavity, because just their mere presence makes this feel more round and multi-dimensional, as you can see. Though I do need to get these extra lines out of them. So I learned a tricky trick for painting from a one Jazza, who is a popular artist on YouTube, and that is grayscaling. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make a new folder, file. No, not new file, new folder. Group layer, there we go. I'm going to put that below my outline. And then my first layer is going to be a base 50/50 gray. And what this is going to do for me is I'm going to come in here, and everywhere that's with, and this is just as a kid, color in the lines. It's as simple as it gets. If you can't color it within the lines, this trick won't work. But also, you should probably learn how to do that before you start doing character art. I say character art because, I mean, you don't have to color within the lines when painting. Unless, of course, you are going for a very strict figure. But like landscaping, like Bob Ross did, rip. Those happy little accidents is because there were no boundaries to what could be created. I like character design because we create our own boundaries and then we fill them in. And we give things that did not exist life, but also in the process we are also giving them order. It's not just pure nature and chaos. Email. Don't look at it. Alright. And that's our bomb. Let's do our head. And sorry, I scroll around with my mouse. I find it to be the most intuitive, at least for me, way of getting around, but I know it can get a little sickening to be scrolling in and out as much as I do to find the place I want to be working. Actually, what I tend to do is I just go around to the outside just to make it extra thick in the color I'm filling in. Because you don't have to use grayscale. You can use any color as your base. Think of this as like giving a coat of primer when painting. So you can choose to use a very bright blue that will be very obvious, so that when you're looking at the finished product you can realize you miss a spot. But trust me, it's going to be very hard to miss a spot with what we're going to be doing. So like I said, I'm actually just going to go ahead and do my other thing, where just fill in the outline, and then you make your brush extra big to fill in the other detail. This is a faster character artwork than I've done before. I mean, not necessarily too much faster, but I have taken the time to segment everything and do a grayscale for each individual section before. And while I really like the results of when I do that, I need to not have a arm just bleeding into the ether. But though I like doing the results of what I've done before, and I can show them another time, but I did my actually you can find it if you wanted to. It's the character art on the back of my second book, Black the Burden. You could look that up on Amazon and find Elizabeth Black Swan. At least that's all you get to know her as until you actually read the books. You get to know her. That's how she. That's basically essentially the appearance of her within book 2 for a large majority of it. And I'm using my words very carefully because I know not many people have actually read my books, so I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who might want to read my books. But yeah, I did that segmenting trick before, which is basically just the trick I'm going to use, but also more refined. so that there's not overshadowing onto different sections. But I'm not too worried about that right now. Because gotta remember as well, this is a 2D character at the moment. So sometimes I feel myself trying to go with the curve of the character, like, oh, that's the weapon, better go behind it. Oh wait, I don't have to go behind it. And there's another spot. I need to... Wrong button. There we go. Go back to this and grayscale. Never mind. I'm bad at art. I should accept it. That's a bad connection because this needs to be on top. There we go. I'm also a perfectionist. I'm a bad artist perfectionist. It's a horrible combination. Because I know I'm bad, so I won't expect myself to be able to do something I can't. But when it comes to the tiny itty bitty details, like this is bugging me, and I know it won't matter in the end product. But those tiny little details really do bother me. Just finish the outline. Go back. You can fill it in when you're done. Alright, I've got the outline done. So now we just amp this up by a significant deal. Because I'm using something touch sensitive, I can get into these finer spaces, fill them in, and then as I come out, I just press a little bit harder. And it helps me fill in this entire thing a little bit faster than doing it with that smaller brush. So we have our grayscale. Well, not yet. We have gray. Now the way you get grayscale is you make another layer in this folder on top of this layer, and in Krita you set it as a non-alpha. So now actually let's just do red just to show. If I draw a line, it only colors on where there's color below it. And any layer that has it like that cannot draw. See, if I turn this off, suddenly I have two very distinct, horrible lines. But I turn it back off, and voila. Get rid of those lines. Now, the way you do grayscale, or at least the way I've found, works best for quickly doing it. I mean, you can put a ton of effort into getting very precise shadowing and highlighting, but I don't really want to spend that much time. This is a artwork for mostly me. This isn't like a finished product I'm going to sell to anyone. And what I do is I find my dry brush. Where is it? painting option that's dry brush. And it gives a very nice texture. Marker dry, no. Dry brush brushing. And so just to display, this gives a nice, let's give a nice vibrant color for it. This gives a nice brushing effect. Otherwise, the other option, of course, that I use primarily is Airbrush Soft. Actually, let's use that one first, get the base layers down. Of course, gotta move that down quite a bit. But what we do is we take our 50-50 and we go darker 50-50-50. And so what we're going to be doing, actually, we're going to get real in there. Actually, I kind of, because of these ears, I kind of want to do a little bit of selective painting. So what you do is you can just do it like this. And now whatever I paint will also only be in there. So go back to my brush, and I can do, dang it, I can do this number. I can then erase this bit. And I need to decide where my light source is going to be. I'm going to have my light source over here. That way this will also give some nice backlighting. So this is going to be mostly dark except for, oops. Except for this faint outer edge. And erase this bit. And since I've started with it, let's go ahead and just continue segmenting things out like this. Here's the thing about segmenting. You have to get your segment right while drawing it, because it will not work if you have to redraw it with a single stroke. Contouring. Fun. Oh, I'm erasing. So this is just going to be just this edge actually, because the light's over here. And this edge and this back edge. And here's the thing, with the airsoft, the air spray, it won't go for the max strength right off the bat. So I'm not even getting a full 50-50 with these shades. I will come back and it will be even darker in there than this 50-50. More chiseling. What am I doing? With this one, it's much easier. Go around this bit. There. Alright, and again, light source is over here, so this is going to actually be mostly that. Okay. Now let's do some more selective painting. See, I gotta start over because I missed the chin. Your black lines are your friends. So I'm gonna do most of the head now, and I'm gonna update the nose and the eye section and the mouth area with smaller brushes. What was that? Another email. Okay. Now back to my brush. So head's mostly an orb. So it's gonna be nice and dark back here. This side is gonna be mostly darkened. The forehead is going to be the lightest part. Next, the eyebrows. Gotta darken the eye sockets just a little. Females out there would recognize the concept of contouring with shadow, and that's how it works in art too. I couldn't do it with makeup, but I can do it with a brush. At least an electronic brush where I can fix my mistakes. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna make this mostly. I'm gonna work on mostly the shape of the head, the skull, cheekbone right here. I'm not worried too much about the shape of the nose, really, because I can come back and do that its own contouring for that. Yep, like it. Now let's go ahead and, I keep talking about it, let's do that schnoz. I went the wrong way to begin. Let's go from there down to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go back to this. Go ahead and clean this up. Okay. Now we need a much smaller spray size to work on this schnoz. I'm still erasing. So again, the light source is over here. This face does not deserve this schnoz. I did way too good of a job on that. I need to release this selection and blend this a little. No, I need to use a blending tool. Blur. Where's blur? There it is. There we go. And the eyes themselves, I do my own. I do a separate grayscale for, because they're real small and tight, and I want them sitting on top of the other grayscale. So. Alright, now we get to move on to the body. So let's do this sleeve. This is going to be fun rope-a-doping. Now you might ask me, why are you doing the grayscale this way? Well, you see, if I get all the shading done now in grayscale, and I get the shading to where it looks 3D to me, then I don't have to worry about it again. I can just cover it with color, and the color will automatically use the grayscale that I have chosen. Dang it. This sleeve actually has 2 parts. And it's my fault. Yeah, let's do the 2 parts. Here's the thing though, I can just control and cut out that upper part, like so. Control Z. Shift? No, Shift is supposed to be Control Alt? I know there's one that allows me to I guess it can Control Shift. I'm now drawing this line with my mouse. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna redo the contour. And here's the thing, as long as you stay under the black, people won't see your bad contouring, because it's covered by the black. Alright. So light source, this general direction. Oh, I'm still blurring. Spray canister. And actually, let's make another one of these. This one I'll explain what it's for in a second. When I'm done, not in a second, in a good minute. When I'm done with all of the base shading. Why did I do it that way? I am a dum-dum. This one's a little bit opposite, because the dark is coming from this side, and then the tip is going to be what's lit. Okay. Let's just... I don't want to be working on this guy all night. I actually kind of don't want to be streaming all night. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit by doing slightly larger sections, slightly less caring. Oh, I will hate myself if I don't do... this. Whoa! Oh, that's why. For some reason that was put on a different layer. The new layer I just created. So let's... There, and then de-highlight, blur. Don't... Yeah, it's on this layer. Blur, dang you. What's going on? Is this a protected layer now? Oh no, there's a little bitty dots. Selection tools. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try blurring. 1 second. Mail call. Hello, hello. Hello there. I'm working on art for a game I'm going to be broadcasting. That will be me playing by myself in the Pathfinder system. Bank statement is the same amount I knew I had in there, which does not tell me the updated amount from me having just paid my credit card statements. I need more info. Okay. Now, let's try this again. Blur. Thank you. So, yeah, back to doing slightly larger sections to speed things up a little bit. Dang it. Class on contouring, don't fail me now. Oh, this needs to connect. Dang it. What did I just do? I just created a new layer for some reason. Aw, thank you! Brush. I kind of want to get chat onto the screen, but I'm just showing my whole screen, so that would require me to remove workspace for myself to be able to do that. Black. I have an area selected. I keep forgetting about that and it keeps messing with me. There. Okay. Now into this bit. Because I'm done with that arm. I'll come back to that arm eventually. So let's just... Here's the thing, I know I can shift add. There we go, that worked. Not like it shouldn't have, but voila. And back to our 50-50-50. Again, light source over here, so it's going to be mostly down on this side and away, like so. Some for our face. There we go. What am I doing? This way, dum-dum. Bottom part is actually a different section of the arm. There we go. Almost didn't work. You can see right here. Okay, and let's just do this for... This is what I normally do, is just get a really small spray brush and then... Okay, now let's do the bomb. That's sufficiently spherical. Okay. And now this bottom bit. I play to my first-person shooters. It's actually I'm more steady contouring with my mouse than I am with my with a pencil. All right, let's skip this song. There we go. I like this one. See, this is the thumb right here, so it's not included in the forearm back there. Actually gets its own painting, like so. Now the fist, upper hand. And I'm not doing each finger individually. We're just going to drop this right on down. And if my computer would stop freaking out, I don't like the way that turned out. I need it to be a little bit higher, computer. There we go, computer. And I recognize the anatomy is a little off, but again, first thing I said this stream, I'm a little out of practice with my art. Give me a break. Okay, and holding shift, I can do this other side pretty easily. And then
everything changes.
there we go. That works. And now gets to the fun part. Let's do this leg to this knee. And watch this trickery. Not holding shift because I'm doing a new section. This is the important thing with sectioning, is remembering this section, I can do all of it at the same time if I recognize where needs to be shaded to accommodate for it. Let's not do it just to the knee. Let's do the whole down to the ankle. And there we go. So this leg I can now do the shading for, and the shading for the leg will match regardless that that arm's in the way. This is a flat surface. Let's go ahead and deselect so I don't think it's a protected. Jeez. And fill this in. There we go. Yeah, I recognize that the hands are a little messed up, but there's not much I'm gonna do about it. Alright, now let's just quickly crank out this foot. So this is the way I normally shade. Just with a smaller airbrush, just adding little bit by little bit. Until a section looks good. Let's just finish this guy off like that. Okay, so I want this line to continue all the way. That is the shadow of the arm. Here's a bit of a bulge there. It is a dude, a male. So you can see this section, it up close, it looks a little bit more dysfunctioned, but also gives it a little bit more texture than the other sections do, which is neither good nor bad. It depends on what you're looking for. When you're just feathering things in, you never really get to your full color density, or in this case, shadow density. But that's fine. See, what I'm gonna do now is on this layer, I'm just going to go super dark, darken, actually just a little bit darker. And I'm going to go very high size, and I'm just going to shade around like this. I'm gonna erase a bit right there. And right there. Suddenly you have a much stronger contrast with just a few strokes. Now I want to fix in here a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop this back down. Oh, I'm erasing. Oh, this is the wrong layer. This is just darkening. See. Here we go. Oh, this can go much darker. And here's the thing, we can come back with that cotton swab as well to really smooth out these lines. It's more of getting the contrast we want ahead of going to color. So, bottom of jaw. Deep upper sockets. Back of neck. Alright, and now let's cotton swab it in. It pulls a little bit at the color you start on. So if you swirl it amongst colors, they'll blend pretty nicely, but you gotta be careful about where you're swirling what. You don't want to accidentally make little swirls into your of light into your darker areas. Like I did just then. Now we have one more layer right here. This layer. We go back to our 50-50. We go 50 up. This one I keep very small. This is our highlight. So it's a goblin, so it's got this nice shiny head. Very fleshy. You know what? Let's do one of these mega layers. I haven't done it with highlights before. That last one wasn't. Let's delete what's on the layer right now and just do that. Yeah, I like that. Again, it's throwing, it's basically making a sphere with this layer. Oh, and let's make it, instead of that, let's make it lighten. Yes. Alright. So now what we do, so on top of all of that, we color. We choose the colors we want, and we fill them in, however we like. So the skin, oh, this layer though does have to be an overlay. So the skin, I want to be this red gray, because this is a charhide goblin. I found it actually looks nicer to have not as rich colors be the color of choice. And we are no longer using spray brush, my friends. We are back to filling. Oh, and here's the thing. Don't have to worry about coloring in within the lines. Except when it comes closer to the body. We want to make sure our shirt looks like our shirt and our skin looks like our skin. And again, we'll be taking care of our eyes here after we finish this other coloring. We'll do another grayscale. Let's just go ahead and take care of all of the skin while we have that color out. And I decided early on that he is not wearing gloves. I often cover up characters' hands with gloves of some sort. Yeah, this is the thumb. This is the arm back here. And there's the strap. Again, just paying attention to not color outside of the lines. But we have to be more worried about that later on when we are coloring in the other colors. Sometimes it's fun also to just turn this off and see how badly we colored out the lines. And that's all the skin. Now, let's do the shirt next. And we'll make this a very nice jaggedy, toothy grin when we get to the mouth and teeth. Eyes and teeth, I mean. Eyes and mouth. Eh. Let's make this shirt a brown. Again, lower contrast actually tends to make it feel more natural. Not lower contrast, less saturation. Lower saturation, closer to a gray, actually makes it look more natural. So when you really want to exaggerate something, you can exaggerate it in a different way other than just... You can exaggerate, I mean, with making it that special, brighter color. We won't be doing that on this character. And this character is going to look very muddy, I'm finding. Because the next color we're going to go with is going to be a redder brown. Go with this one. This is going to be the color of our studded leather. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting about the studs. I will go back to them. It's not studded leather if you forget the studs. It's just leather. Why am I protecting that strap? It's also studded leather. But notice the higher saturation does stand out a little bit more of the leather now that the other stuff is lower saturation. Boots are leather. Only this bit is this color. Inside's a different color, and so is the sole of the shoe. Okay, so that takes care of the leather. Let's have a gray blue pair of pants. He's wearing blue jeans. Blue jean shorts. I need to pull up my said leather. I forgot a strap. You click over here because all of this is going to register as a different color. Okay, and now we finish. Whoa, way out of the lines. You went across. You crossed the line. I didn't mean to, art teacher. All right, and here. Now you might think, wow, this goblin is wearing very human-esque clothes. Like, he's clean, he's not muddy. That's because he was raised by halflings. Of course he is. Well, a halfling. Despite her friend's warnings. Look, she's the heart of the party. He's the problem. He's the one who makes problems that the party fixes. Nope. Can't keep that. There we go. There we go. And actually, let's make the there be a grip on here that is the same leather as the soles of his shoes. Alright, now we need to pick a color for the device and darken the bomb. The bomb needs to be essentially gray, but let's make it have an underlying color just for fun. Let's make it blue-ish. That's steely. Just this dark, dark color. Again, this is an overlay, so the shading should still cause there to be that shine right there. Okay, and now for the device, I'm thinking something bright and with high or just something bright or higher saturation. Either higher saturation or bright. A lot of this character is dark and null, so I'm thinking something like a bluish gray, like right there. What material this is, your guess is as good as mine. I would say some type of elastic of some sort. This is a Tinker Alchemist Goblin. If anyone were to create elastic, this would be the type of goblin. The type of character. And let's take care of those studs real quick. Whoa. Let's shrink this so it's much easier to control. I'm not too worried about the individual studs shading. Alright, let's do, actually, let's go back. This is my skin color. Let's do something more saturated for the inner ear. Let's do that. That might add a little bit more contrast to this character. Whoa. Yeah, that's more manageable. Oh yeah, that's much better. So I do need to this is my skin color. I do need to do this and just clean up that edge. Alright, let's do the eyes. So the eyes are going to be in a group of their own on top of this group, and the teeth. Because our baselines are up here, and actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and go black on our baselines, smaller. Let's just make this a toothy grin. Alright, now we come back to here and we do our grayscale first. So we need a 50% gray. And we just want the eyeballs. And the teeth. Notice how putting it on top of the other layer, haha, means that we're essentially erasing what we did before on these particular sections. Okay, now we have another layer for a 50-50, 50-50-50, I mean. And now is the, oh, these are just spheres. With the added effect of needing to do this upper line like so. And in here, we need to do a similar thing. While also going back to each of the teeth individually. Now we actually go a little bit darker, just solidify some bits here. Alright, and now we do color. Overlay. Mostly white, yellow. For this outer bit. Oh. You're back on color. And slightly paler yellow for the teeth. And for the color of the eyes, this is where the most vibrance is allowed. And I'm thinking, did we put a color? No, we did not. That information is not on the character sheets I made, though I kind of want to put it there. So I'm just gonna go with red. No, there's a lot of red. Let's go green. These eyes are gonna really stand out. But let's make it this green. Nice forest green. There we go. One alchemist goblin ready for an environment. But I've decided that during the course of the stream, I've decided that I'm actually going to take all of these characters when I'm done with them. I'm going to put them all together and put them in an environment. So the heart will be off playing I'm gonna actually have the uh, the group mother like freaking out, hands extended, like looking in all directions with that one. So look forward to that stream. But I know I did say that I was gonna stream until I go to bed, but I finished the character I wanted to work on. So I'm gonna go ahead and save, and I'm gonna call the stream there. Thank you everyone who stopped by. Thank you, Uoku guy, UOK guy, for the support on Mixer. Uh, I will see more people tomorrow, hopefully. I will not be streaming in my 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock time slot because I will be working with a car repair person at that time to fix a window. But I hopefully should be streaming in the evening again. Again, about 6 o'clock. Catch you all then.